Hi, I'm Dr. Zain and I'm here to talk about IELTS. I am instructor of IELTS at Edify group of companies. I am Doctor of Veterinary Medicine and Master of Philosophy in Pathology. And I recently gave my IELTS examination academic and got a band score of 8. And if you want your desired band score, you're at the right place. Because today we're going to talk about IELTS, how to crack it, how to hack it, and how to obtain the marks that you need to succeed in your life. IELTS is an abbreviation of International English Language Testing System. It is a system of tests devised by Cambridge University to test people who are interested in immigration or student visa to English-speaking countries. Now, while we're talking about IELTS, I must tell you that IELTS examination will not test your English skills. Actually, the weightage of English skills is just about 12.5% in the test. What the test will check, however, is the clarity of your mind, your ability to understand and present a well-formed, a well-articulated argument. That is your communication abilities while you're using English. So your communication abilities matter more than your English. Let's see. You are required to be capable enough to thrive in an English-speaking country, and especially in an academic setting like a university. And for that, they think that you should be able to understand when being spoken to, which means you need to be proficient enough that when your professor or your teacher is speaking, you should understand him without any problems. Then you should also be understood when speaking. So you need to be proficient enough that you are understood when you speak to your peers or your teachers. And then you need to understand written complex ideas as well. For that, you need to be capable enough that you can understand journals, papers, and scientific literature on a regular basis. And then you should also be capable enough to present the same in an articulated, a well-formed manner. And all these abilities are actually aspects of your thoughts in English. And they will be tested in listening test, speaking test, reading test, and writing test. Let's further inspect these abilities. Let's see. These abilities can be divided into two categories, your passive abilities and your active abilities. Passive abilities being the abilities that actually test the comprehension of speech, language, and argument, while active abilities are testing the synthesis of the same. Basically, in passive abilities, your brain is understanding and gathering information, while in active abilities, your brain is the one that is generating the information in a way that others can easily comprehend. Let's talk about each of these tests as they will happen on the test day. Listening test is the same for IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training. It will be a 40-minute test in which a 30-minute recording will be played and a 10-minute time will be given to you to transfer all your answers to an answer sheet. Then there will be the writing test. Writing test is a 60-minute test in both academic and general training tests. In academic, however, you will be asked to write a 20-minute report and then a 40-minute essay of academic nature. In general training, you will be asked to write a 20-minute letter and 40-minute essay of a non-academic nature. Reading test will also be a 60-minute test, and it will have 3 passages of increasing difficulty each. Will have 20 minutes time allocated to it, and you have to manage the time. It is a very hard test and you need to be proficient in that, and we will talk about all the tips and tricks involved in further videos. Speaking test is also the same for IELTS General and IELTS Academic. It will last for 11 to 15 minutes and will be divided into 4 parts. First part will be a conversation between 2 people. In that part, a form will be presented to you which will be partially filled. A person will be asking information to fill out the form and you will have to fill out the parts that are missing. A speech or a talk with one person involved will be in the second part of the test, and in the third part it will be a group of up to 4 people. Fourth part is the hardest, in which a lecture of academic nature will be presented to you by an expert of some field. 40 questions will be asked of you in the test and you will have to answer them while you're listening to the test. No separate time will be given, while an extra 10 minutes will be given to you to transfer the answers to an answer sheet. Band score depends on the number of questions that you answer correctly. This is the chart that shows you how many correct answers will give you how many band scores. Now let's talk about the reading test. Reading test will also have 40 questions that will be asked, but this time no extra time will be given to you to transfer the answers to the answer sheet. Scores will also be calculated based on the number of correct answers, but for academic and general training tests, the band score number will vary. And here is a chart that shows you what will be the difference. Let's talk about the writing test. In writing test, you will be asked to write a 20-minute report of at least 150 words in the academic test, while in the general training test, you will be asked to write a 20-minute letter of at least 150 words. The second question will be similar in both test variants, which will be 40-minute essay of at least 250 words. But in the academic test, the topic of the essay will be much more academic. Then you will be marked on 4 main aspects of your response, which will be task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Your task achievement score, which is 25% of your total score, will only be given to you if your answer addresses all the requirements of the task and presents a clear and fully formed response. Marks of coherence and cohesion will be given to you, which are 25%, mind you, if you use cohesion in such a way that it attracts no attention. Basically, your response should be impartial and unbiased unless you tell them specifically that this is your opinion. You should also be able to skillfully manage paragraphs. Then, you should be able to use lexical resource properly, which means that you need to use a wide range of vocabulary with very natural and sophisticated control of lexical features within the task requirement, which means use of lexical resource that are not pertinent to the task is not going to give you a lot of marks. And then your grammatical range and accuracy should be immaculate. You should use a wide range of structures with full flexibility and accuracy. Now let's talk about the speaking test. Speaking test is the same for IELTS general training and IELTS academic as we have talked before. It will have 3 parts: question and answers for 4 to 5 minutes, individual long run for 1 to 2 minutes, and then a discussion for 4 to 5 minutes. You will be marked on 4 main aspects of your response, similar to the writing test: fluency and cohesion, pronunciation, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Fluency and cohesion marks will only be given to you if you speak fluently with only rare repetition or self-correction, and any hesitation that you have in your speaking should be related to content rather than to find words or grammar. You should speak coherently with fully appropriate cohesive features, and you need to develop topics with full and appropriate understanding. Marks of pronunciation will only be given to you, which are 25% marks, if you use a full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtlety. Sustain flexible use of features throughout and be effortless to understand. What it means is that the listener should not have to pay much attention to you in order to understand you. Lexical resource marks will be given to you if you use a vocabulary with full flexibility and precision in all topics, and you should be able to use idiomatic language naturally and accurately. And grammatical range and accuracy marks will be given to you if you use a full range of structures naturally and appropriately. Produce consistently accurate structures apart from the slips, which are characteristics of native speaker speech. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, subscribe and share, and if you like this video, look forwards to the next episode of this IELTS web series on this channel to know further details about each of the modules.